Ladies and gentlemen, the Turkish League might take us by storm next year because some of the transfers I'm seeing are making me think, wow. And some of these clubs you probably never heard of before or have are doing some big boy moves. And I don't know what's happening in Turkey, but they're cooking, yeah? And I know they're cooking doner with garlic sauce, cabbage, white cabbage, onions, lettuce, chili sauce, and a bit of bread. But yeah, let's get into it. First of all, the big one. We got to talk about it. Mo Salah, your little dancer. On a free Trabzonspor. Yeah, I don't know if I'm even saying it properly. All my best mates that are Turkish, sorry guys, yeah? Comment down below how you pronounce these teams because I'm dead, yeah? I'm not multilingual, I'm sorry. But yeah, Mo Salah came in to a team which I did not know had the facilities to have this man. But clearly, they've already been making revenue. They've been selling crazy amounts of season tickets just from the signing alone. And well done to Salah. He didn't opt for, Saudi. He didn't opt for any other European league like Serie A or Bundesliga. He went to Turkish league. Now, he might not have had offers. I get it. I get all that. But still, some players might say, I'm too good for that league because it's not as competitive European-wise as obviously the rest of the big boys. We have to be honest with that one. Yeah, they're competitive within its own league, but I think when they come out of their league in the Champions League, they're not the best. But I feel like this year, it could change. Next, Fenerbahce. Now, I'm sorry all my Gala fans, but I've always had a soft spot for Fenerbahce, even though they're not as great as Galatasaray, I know. But they've been cooking, yeah? Milan Skriniar, PSG's ex-defender. Nathan Ake, Man City's ex-defender. Mason Greenwood, he's playing great football at Marseille. And the fact that they're about to get him, or have got him, sorry, speaks volumes about the league. They're attracting players. Lukaku could be on his way to that team. That team is stacked. Yeah? We look at that team on paper, they got some ballers. Greenwood, he's not even 30. Baller. Lukaku's Lukaku. I mean, he's had a great career already. And still playing in Turkey, Fenerbahce, he can do some damage. Besiktas, Okan Kokcu, baller from Benfica, great player. I feel like he should have gone to a different club in Europe, I'll be honest, because he's playing that well. But look, Besiktas have got him. Well done to them. Leandro Trossard from Arsenal, great signing. And they've even got João Mario. I liked him as a player. Obviously, he's kind of towards the end of his career, but still good in his own ways. And then I'm reading today, Dusan Vlahovic could be on his way to Besiktas. This is what I'm saying. These Turkish teams, they're cooking. Dusan Vlahovic ain't a joke. I will take him at Arsenal right now as a second striker. I'll be deadly honest. Athletic, tall, got goals in him. And he's not old. What is he, 26, 27? Still got 3-4 years, probably 5 years of good football in him. And look, he's gone to Besiktas. Besiktas, not telling you, underestimating them. Galatasaray, we know they made strides last year. They took Victor Osimhen, a guy at the peak of his career, scoring goals after goals for Napoli. Obviously had some, political themes going on. But Galatasaray came in, took him. Leroy Sané, they paid him 300 grand a week, 250, something like that. Some crazy absurd amounts of money, which I didn't think they had in their locker. Barış Yilmaz, baller. Lucas Torreira, baller. Like these teams in Turkey, they're taking things serious. I don't know where they're getting their money from. I don't know if it's the Turkish mafia, but they are doing what they need to do. They're making sure they're getting business done. And they've also had other links to different players. And I don't feel like the transfer window, because it's done, that's where Turkish teams are going to stop. We're not even close to the end of the transfer window. And Turkish teams are kind of building up to be European giants where they can, when I mean European giants, I'm talking about in the Champions League, competing and actually going out there and competing with teams like Arsenal, Bayern Munich. So yeah, I felt like we needed to talk about this because I was looking at transfers and I can say Turkish League has been very, very active. So yeah, I mean, how do we see Besiktas Galatasaray doing? I mean, Galatasaray, I know they've beaten United in the Champions League, they knocked them out. When they've had Icardi, they've had Osimhen, they had Noah Lang, Barış Yilmaz, Leroy Sané. Like when you say these names, these are not average Joes. These are great players. These are good players. Like Barış Yilmaz, I think he's a good player. They produce some good talent. Look at Arda Güler. Look at Kenan Yildiz, who I really want at Arsenal. Like, Turkey, I'm telling you, I feel like if they had a good rich investor for a team, yeah, like a rich investor like you do with Arsenal, Premier League, Spanish League, Turkey's a great place to live. I know a lot of players would love to go there to live because I visited there as a country. It's amazing. It's my favorite holiday destination because people are welcoming, the sights, the food, everything's just spot on, man. Spot on. And the only thing is missing, obviously, is they can't compete financially over the years because of TV revenue and sponsorships and whatnot, like other European giants. But I'm telling you, if they did have the investment, I'm telling you, Turkey would attract way more players than you think. But yeah, I just thought we had to speak about it, man, because Turkey are cooking. Turkey are definitely cooking. But yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you feel about the Turkish league? Do you feel like in the next 3-4 years we could see an evolution of these Turkish teams competing in Champions League, going further than just a group stage or possibly the first stage or knockout? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below.